Have you ever been in a group of people smiling and nodding along, but on the inside you feel something completely different? You're laughing at a joke, but you're actually anxious, or you're agreeing with the group while your mind is screaming no. If you know that feeling of having a huge gap between what you show the world and what you're actually experiencing, here's what most people don't understand about you. This isn't a sign that you're fake or inauthentic. Science actually reveals it's a highly complex survival skill your brain has developed. Let's break down the real psychology behind why you hide your feelings. Because what you're about to discover might just explain a huge part of your life and prove that you're not alone. This is about understanding, not judgment. 1. Emotional suppression. Psychology calls this a response-focused strategy. This is the most direct form of hiding. It's a conscious decision to inhibit your outward emotional expression after you're already feeling something. Imagine this. You receive a disappointing text right before family dinner. You feel a wave of sadness, but you consciously push it down, fix a smile on your face, and walk into the dining room. That's not being dishonest. That's your brain executing a command to avoid conflict or discomfort in that moment. 2. Social masking. This goes a step further than just holding back. Researchers call it social camouflaging, and it's a more performative strategy. It's not just about hiding what you feel, it's about actively putting on an artificial personality to fit in. Think about it. Have you ever forced eye contact when it felt uncomfortable, or used pre-rehearsed stories in conversation because you weren't sure what to say? You might mimic the body language of the most confident person in the room. This is especially common for neurodivergent people who learn from a young age that their natural way of being isn't accepted. That's not a character flaw. That's a survival strategy you learn to navigate a world that felt unwelcoming. 3. Impression management. This is the big picture strategy behind it all. Sociologists describe this using a theatrical analogy. You are an actor on a social stage, and your main goal is to manage the audience's perception of you. Hiding your true feelings is a critical part of the performance. Imagine you're in a job interview. You suppress your anxiety, and you mask your nervousness with a confident persona, all to achieve the goal of getting the job. You're not just hiding feelings, you're strategically presenting a version of yourself to achieve a specific outcome. And that's actually a sign of high social intelligence. 4. Dysfunctional family rules. For many people who are experts at hiding their feelings, the training started in childhood. Psychologists point to a common set of unspoken rules in some families, often summarized as don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. In these environments, expressing genuine emotion, especially sadness or anger, might have been ignored, shamed, or even punished. So you learned early on that your vulnerability was dangerous. Think about it. If you were taught that your feelings were a burden, you would naturally become an expert at making them invisible. That's not you being closed off. That's a protective shield you built to survive. 5. The harmony mandate. Have you ever felt an unspoken pressure to just match the mood of the group? Researchers call this conformity to emotions. Every group has implicit display rules about what feelings are acceptable. If everyone is upbeat and happy, your own sadness or anxiety feels disruptive. So you suppress it to maintain the group harmony. This is especially strong in cultures that value the collective over the individual. That's not you being a people pleaser. That's your brain responding to a deep evolutionary need to belong and not be cast out of the group. 6. The false consensus effect. Here's where your own mind starts working against you. Psychology has identified a cognitive bias called the false consensus effect, where we overestimate how much other people agree with us. But it works in reverse, too. When you're in a group and you feel anxious, you look around and see everyone else looking calm. You then assume you're the only one feeling that way, making your anxiety seem weird or wrong. But the truth is, others are likely hiding their feelings too. Everyone's silence is misinterpreted as agreement. That's not you being insecure. That's your brain falling for a common cognitive illusion. 7. The high cost of the facade. If you do this constantly, you know how exhausting it is. There's a real scientific reason for that. Studies show that emotional suppression takes a huge amount of mental energy. It actually impairs your memory and ability to concentrate. While you look calm on the outside, your body is in a state of high alert, increasing your stress and leading to burnout. That feeling of being drained after socializing isn't because you're antisocial. It's the physical and cognitive cost of maintaining the performance. So when you put it all together, you can see that hiding your feelings is not a simple choice. It's a sophisticated, often unconscious skill you developed out of a need for safety, belonging, and achieving your goals. If you find yourself building a wall to protect your inner world, you're not weak or broken. You're likely a highly perceptive person who is deeply attuned to social dynamics, a skill you learned to protect yourself when you felt you had no other choice. This is often a sign of a deep desire to maintain harmony and a high level of conscientiousness. If this video made you feel seen, hit that subscribe button. Because on this channel, we don't just list psychological facts, we decode the human experience that connects us all. And if this explanation resonated with your life, share it with a friend who might need to hear this validation. Let me know in the comments below. Which of these points felt like I was reading a page from your own life?